So, Zen meditation is access meditation. We are accessing the moment. It's really that simple. When the technique is taught, we separate body and mind. But in actuality, body and mind are never separate. But to explain or to teach the form, we take them apart. The body portion of Zen meditation, you'll notice I'm sitting on a bench because I have a really restrictive knee. You guys are sitting in chairs. Some of you are sitting on cushions. So in Zen meditation, in our tradition, that's perfectly okay. My teacher would always emphasize mind sitting was more important than body sitting. So the body's position is to support the mind. And if the body can be still, a still body supports a still mind. So for our bodies to be still, they need to be pretty relaxed. And there is somewhat of a training component. So if you're new to meditation, you might feel some discomfort just by keeping the body still. You want to relax into that discomfort and accommodate it when you can. So we sit as still as we can comfortably sit. And gradually over time, we become better at sitting very still. And then that causes our mind and our heart to also become still. So generally, we keep the spine straight. One easy way to do that is to imagine a thread from the crown of your head lifting you up. And that'll automatically line up your nose and chin with a spot we call the dantian. Dantian is a Chinese word. It means energy garden. And that's two finger widths below your belly button and two finger widths inside your body. So we're learning to breathe from that point as well. So this energy garden is also considered our don't know center. And if you can, when you're breathing, well, let me do the other body stuff first. So nose and chin align with the dantian. The tongue is flat, resting against the back of the teeth. The teeth are touching. The jaw is relaxed. And in Zen meditation, our eyes are open, looking about a 45-degree angle at whatever is in front of us, the floor or the chair or the person sitting in front of us, whatever it is. Eyes are focused or out of focus, whatever is most comfortable. And we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So that's the basic body position. We put our hands in a cosmic mudra. That's the left hand over the right with the knuckles lining up and the thumbs touching gently. And the pinky finger rest right below the dantian. So in effect, your belly button is in the middle of this little space. So if the chairs or something inhibit that position, don't worry so much. You want it comfortable. Some people imagine egg under in the armpit. If the arms are too tight, the egg would break. And if the elbow is too far away, the egg would fall. So you imagine a little gap and have the arms rest there. It's a good idea to roll the shoulders back because most of us are pretty tense there, and then see if they can hang, if the arms can hang from the spine. So nose and chin lined up, eyes open, shoulders relaxed, and beginning to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Sometimes it's helpful to rock slightly, and you might find your center line. Also forward and backward to help find your central line when you're first sitting down. The other thing is often, if we have some habit energy going on while we're meditating, our left shoulder might creep up or might start sitting, and we won't know this, and then suddenly go, oh. So then we just make a really gentle correction. We come back to the center, maybe roll the shoulders back very quietly. So it's good to check in with your body, stay in the body. There are a couple of breathing techniques, and this Dantian breathing should help you be aware of your body sensations. If you begin to have nerve pain, tendon pain, or uh, joint pain, then in our tradition, it's perfectly all right to do a seated bow, then stand up behind wherever it is you're sitting or beside in hapchang and meditate like this. It's standing meditation till everything cools out, or the tendon or the nerves or the joint relaxes. Then we do a standing bow and we sit back down. So the form is intact. If you were sitting in with a group of people and your movement was distracting them because you were meticulous with the movement, then it's no longer a distraction because the form is still intact. So the second and more important part is the mind stuff. What do we do with the mind? In my tradition, we teach only don't know. And this is attached to the rhythm of our breathing. And we try, if we can, to breathe from the diaphragm, from the dantian. So on the inhalation, our bellies expand slightly. So we're not breathing up here in the chest. We're breathing down here, and the belly's going out slightly. And then on the exhalation, the belly goes back towards the spine. If you can, if it's comfortable, we breathe with a ratio of 3 counts in and 6 to 7 counts out. So your exhalation is twice as long as your inhalation, roughly. Now, you could do this with a stopwatch, but we don't recommend it. I've tried it. To varying degrees of effect. If also some people try this kind of breathing and it brings on a great deal of panic or discomfort. So if that appears, let it go. And just breathe as your body likes to breathe. Let the body breathe itself. Conducting our breath can be challenging for some temperaments and some particular individuals. So don't force it. But if you can, a relaxed inhalation of 3 counts and a relaxed exhalation of 6 to 7 counts. Now, on the inhalation, we think the words clear mind, clear mind, clear mind 3 times. And on the exhalation, a single don't know. Clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know. Clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know. So this don't know is not an opposites don't know. It isn't I don't know. It's just don't know. If I were to ask myself or any of you, where was I, this thing talking to you, before my mother was born? There's no real answer to that. There's no way I can know that. When I die, when this body dies, where do I go? That's a complete don't know. I just recently had a friend die, and, looking at his corpse, that's not my friend. It's brutally obvious. Where did my friend go? This is definitely not that's lying there in the bed. So that's a don't know with no opposites in it. There is no answer to this don't know. We just keep the question. So clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, and don't know. It's a big don't know. So not like I don't know Russian and I could go to a class and learn Russian and then I could speak Russian. That's what we call an ignorance don't know. I'm ignorant of Russian. I could learn it and that would take my ignorance away. Or changing the spark plugs in my car. I don't know how to do that. but I could learn that, and that would take away the ignorance. This is a don't know before any opposites appear. So it is our before thinking mind. And your before thinking mind, my before thinking mind are the same, not separate. After thinking, all of our differences appear. And then our minds are completely separate. Some people here today are young, some are old. All of us have different conditions. That's our thinking, feeling, conditioned mind. Before that appears is our true nature, is our substance. And that's the same for all of us. So Zen meditation is simply returning to our before thinking mind. And we call that don't know. But even don't know is a mistake because it has no words or speech, no name or form, and no time or space. So that's impossible to imagine, impossible to understand. It's before understanding appears. Sounds kind of complicated, but very simple. We just keep this question. Then my eyes are open, clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know, the bamboo table, the gray carpet, the chukpi, the bowl, the bell. So like that, what we see, what we hear, smell, taste, touch, all becomes clear. And when that's all clear, what we think is also clear. That's returning to our before thinking mind. It's always there. It's indestructible. It's not possible for it to disappear. We can cover it up with thinking. And within 3 or 4 breaths in some meditation periods, my head's like 7 different radio stations all at the same time. Jazz music, Joni Mitchell song, a fight I had with my friend, what I'm going to say to my daughter, all at once, right? Only clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. Don't know. And eventually the channels change. And eventually they quiet down. And then they reappear. And then they quiet down. Then they reappear, and then they quiet down. Our practice is, Zen meditation is just returning to what you see, your sense of the room, your sense of the body. You return to your direct experience. All of us, within a few breaths, will go into the future, or we'll go into the past. They don't exist. Or we'll go across the country and think about our relatives. And suddenly we're not here at 5100 East of Toledo meditating. Yeah? We're somewhere else. So we just come back. Just come back. It's quite simple. And whatever takes us away, we're not demonizing that or judging it or pushing it away or holding on. It appears, it's here for some time, then it disappears. The practice is returning. So maybe I'm meditating and I'm suddenly distracted in a story in my head for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. If I chastise myself, "Tim, you're not good. You've been meditating 30 years. Why aren't you paying attention?" That's adding something, yeah, to. So first I was wandering into the future or the past. Now I'm chastising myself about that. So there's no compassion in that. There's no wisdom in that. There's no kindness in that. So we are learning to be kind to ourselves, because if we can't be kind to ourselves, how the hell are we going to be kind to somebody else? The same skill of being kind to ourselves is how we are kind to others. And this immediately shows up in our meditation. So stay in the body. Keep the body as still as you can, then the still body supports a still mind. So any questions or corrections? Yeah.
Is it okay to chastise yourself for falling asleep?
What do you think?
Gotta do something.
You got to do something to stay awake?
Yes.
Yeah, so sleepiness is very interesting. Uh, we don't know when we're going to be sleepy. It can happen at any time. And I would make friends with sleepiness. If it's extreme, like if really falling over, really nodding off, because I've seen people fall over on the cushion, then we bow and stand up. That will sometimes help you stay awake because you stood up. If real sleep is constantly appearing, you have one possibility is to ask, who is feeling sleepy? And see if you can find the I, my, me that's feeling sleepy. If you fight sleepiness, it always gets stronger. So, sleepiness, be very careful. Make friends. I hope that helps. Dude. So, thanks for listening. I start the period with 3 hits on the chokpi. This is a traditional, a Korean style beginning of meditation. So, it's very loud, very sharp. And then after 20 minutes, I'll hit it again 3 times. It might be startling. Sometimes it's not. If a trance state appears, which isn't sleep, but is kind of trance-like, you want to come back to exactly what's going on. Zen meditation is not trance meditation, and it is not an altered state. So whatever state appears, say you get anxious, or you get angry, or you get agitated, anger, anxiety, agitation, all have your true nature. Your true nature and agitation are not separate. So in Zen, we say everything has it, everything is already complete without cultivation. So that's a very interesting teaching. So just trust that whatever is appearing is true and return to your breath, relaxing the belly, checking your posture, and staying in the room.
Hi, I'm Franz with Long Beach Meditation. Your gracious generosity makes this programming possible. If you found this video to be of value, please consider making a donation here. If you'd like to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to stay in touch with Long Beach Meditation, click here to subscribe. Thank you, and may all beings be happy.